Hi, Rob Hughes here, and I'm up at East Delph Lakes. I've been here for the last couple of days on a junior carp tutorial with dynamite, and it's a really interesting exercise for me because I haven't fished the lake, but I've got to try and get other people to catch. So a few things have immediately jumped out at me. If you're coming up here and you're fishing, here's a few tips that will help you out. Number one, whatever you do, walk around the lakes. Don't just jump into whatever you think is the going swim. Have a look around because the fish do show themselves and they can be anywhere. Number two, don't ignore the margins. Down the edges, absolutely brilliant. Corners, they look really good. Don't be despondent if you don't get one of the main pegs like the Caravan or the North Bank. Get yourselves just looking around, have a look in those corners, throw a little bit of bait in 3 or 4 different places and keep watching it because the fish do come into the edge and they are very, very catchable. Next one, whatever you do, watch the water. The carp will show themselves, but they're not jumping out the water and waving flags. What they do a lot of the time is they'll bubble, they'll swirl, every now and again they'll jump, but if you watch the water you'll have more of an idea about where those fish are. They do tend to move on pressure as well, so if one lake is busy, those fish will move away from it. So don't be despondent if you get here and a couple of 3 pegs are full. Go in the quiet corners, have a look around because they can be in areas like that. I found that it's quite silty as well, so be a little bit careful where you're casting out. If you're going close to the islands, use a pop-up. There's a few little sticks that break off these willows, they sit on the bottom. A pop-up will keep it above. Open water, you can use a pop-up, or alternatively you can use a wafter, but it is quite silty. As a result, I like to use these things, little mesh bags. So nip a little mesh bag on, you can put boilies in it, crushed boilies. Alternatively, this is just a little dynamite bag mix. Put that in, cast it out, make sure again that when it hits the water it goes in on a tight line, and what will happen is the lead will sink, that will come down with the bait on top, it's not going to sink into the silt, and that will be really good. And the other thing, and this isn't necessarily a big push, but I'm going to say it anyway because obviously I'm a real big fan of these, hit and run pop-ups, the yellow ones, they are the kiddies. Now there's 6 of the lads on here, so far we've had 8 bites, they've all come to the yellow hit and run pop-ups. So a little yellow hit and run pop-up, a small bag, either out in open water or down the edge, handful of pellets over the top. Brilliant way of catching fish, but I'm sure you'll have a great time up here. It's a wonderful complex. Obey the rules, whatever you do, look after the fish, and there's some brilliant ones to catch. Have a good time.